Welcome everyone to my channel Wayfarianfx. Welcome to the weekly analysis of gold and forex market. So in this video we are going to cover with the fundamentals and the technical analysis as to how the market would fluctuate for the week. Excuse me. Now, if you're for the first time that you're coming onto the channel, then please, I want you to like, subscribe after hearing the video. There are a lot of important videos that I have managed to put in across as well. And you can, as we have seen, you would come to know that yes, whatever we are doing and whatever we are discussing with the analysis that we are giving, it's absolutely amazing the way it is, the way market is also going accordingly. So let's begin. First things first, of course, we will cover with the fundamental aspects of it. So as we saw last week, between December 23rd to December 27th, 2024, there were a lot of negative and a mix of course, a good positive in the end as well. However, we knew that because there are not a lot of very important high impact news, it was expected that the gold market would be in the range bound, and that is what exactly happened. We saw it as well. If you look at my last video, you would realize that yes, whatever we discussed in the terms of the range, in terms of what the resistance and the support would be, the market reacted exactly the same way. Now, excuse me, coming back for this week from December 30th till January 3rd, let's understand as to considering the news. Again, we see that there are not a lot of important news except for the one on Thursday, and there is on Friday, just like the last week as well. And on Wednesday, we have got an off, so the market would not be working. So the gold would be stagnant at the same point from here till it starts on this day, that is Thursday. Now, of course, there are a few important news which is going to come in with the unemployment claims and ISM manufacturing as well. So these are the only things that is going to be there, which is going to be very, very important. And yes, however, for the month, so what we are going to do is try and understand it from a point of view, because we have come to the end, which you will also understand technically when we discuss it, end of the month and the year. And we have coming year, there's 2025. So we'll just try and discuss, and this video is going to be very, very important, because now we're going to discuss the entire, not just the week, but also try and analyze as to how can you expect the market to move around in the month of Jan, and so on and so forth for the coming year as well. So we understand as to how it might be. So let's focus on this week that is going to come in, and so that we can be prepared for the coming time and for the coming month as well. Now, of course, there are a few things let's understand in terms of the war zones which is happening. It is very, very important for us to understand that the war is still on a bigger scale, where you talk about the United States, you talk about Israel, Gaza, you talk about Israel, Syria, which is a new thing which is happening, and plus Russia, Ukraine. Everybody is just into the war. Nobody's stopping the war. The war is still going on, and it is still going on the higher rates. Of course, there are a few things, because January month is very, very important, as we all know, which we discussed in the last video as well, that Iran is on a verge of announcing itself to be a nuclear power, and if that thing happens, then that is going to be a major reason for a lot of fluctuation around the world in the market. Yeah. So we have to be a little careful, right? And as we understand for this particular week, of course, because the war is still on and is still going into the same pace, there's not a lot of things that are happening and that are changing. So we expect the market this week, considering the range bound that we saw last week, and because this week as well there is not a lot of important news, the market will be, or most probably as nobody can say 100% in the forex market, but then yes, most probably it is there that it will be in the range mode, and that is what we are going to discuss. So please stay with us, and so let's go there directly and let's understand. So here we go. Now, this week, as we saw, of course, market just like previously, it went up, it gave a high, and then it has shown. If you look at the 4 hour chart, it has shown a proper descending movement or a fluctuation, being a little bearish, correct? Though we don't say that it is still crossing the trend. However, I think it is very important to understand this from a point of view of technical analysis, that in 4 hours, yes, there is a bearish movement. So all it means is this week, because we know that last week, if you see my video, we discussed about a point wherein saying that a market has to cross 2633, yeah, in order for you to get a good buy, and we would understand that the market then would reach this particular sell zone of 2662 to 2666. Yeah. However, market did not. It tried. If you look over here, it did try to cross once, twice, three times, and the fourth and fifth is the time it tried, right, to cross 2633. Well, it wasn't able to. It just moved down and closed below that. So we got a confirmation here, and we always said this. Even in the last video, we discussed it. That if the market is not crossing 2633, we are going to consider sell positions mainly from the highs, right? And I feel this is also the time where this week you might as well also get good opportunities in the selling position, and that is what we are going to discuss today. So the first range itself for you is of course 2633, which remains intact as we discussed it, and that is something which we feel that yes, this is where market might certainly just go in. Right, and this is where we are also going to probably understand as to how things might happen, is because we have range over here. Yes, and if you look at the market right now, it's 2621, which is still below 2633. So you should have been into profit, understanding that from 2633 being a good selling point. Now let's understand where we can get better selling positions now. So this week, what we understand is, let me just try and draw that for you. Oh, sorry about that. Now, we see that, market can certainly, if you see, market might reach this 2625, which can still be a good selling position still, if the market doesn't cross this. Yeah. So you have to understand, however, if the market touches 26333, there is again a very good position over here that we can get a good sell point over here. Yeah, because we see that over here market, I mean right from here, when market started selling off from this position, yeah, it has always tried, and it has given a dip from here, yes, and now though the market is a little above from here, from 2621 or 2624, however, still I would say that yes, the selling position is a better position for this coming week, considering everything that is happening, considering the movement that is happening, and then not a lot of fundamental news as well. So you can expect, however, if the market crosses 2633, then we have this sell zone, which is really very active, where you can open up a buy, and then market might go up to into this range of 2660 to 2666 or to 2670, and this is where you can always go for a good sell position, for a long sell position. Yeah. So because we're saying that we have to consider the sell position more. All right. So 2633 and 2666 been a very good position. However, if it even doesn't come to this level of 2633, then you can certainly try and go for 2624 as 2624 to 2627 as a good area from where the market might just fall down further and reach to this point of 2614 to 2610. Yes, and further, in fact, going down, I would say to 2660, 2600, 2600. Now, here's one important thing is, of course, we have this buy zone over here, but looking at the trend, which is very, very important to understand technically, is all we got to do. Why is because fundamentally, there is not a lot of important news. So, excuse me. So, if fundamentally there is not a lot of important news, then we know that because it is a range bound and we cannot expect a lot of aggressive movement. Was because fundamentally it is not that strong. So technically it should be still this week. You should still see it in a very good range bound, which we have to understand, and the market crosses this particular segment of 2.6. This is where, this is the portion, this is the area where you will book your profits of the sell position from here, and you will wait for the confirmation for it to cross 2585, because if it crosses this, then we know that it has a very good long range of 2530. This is a very, very important segment or a support from where the market, there is a possibility that the market might just reverse back from here. Though like we always see with gold, that there's always a liquidity sweep. Yes, and this is something that you have to understand. Like for example, over here, what happened? Yeah, there was a Marabunzo candle that was been given, and then from here, it is still above that, right? So a lot of sellers, though if you have closed on the profit, it's good. But technically, if you don't understand this, you would still wait, and a lot of people would have, understanding that it has crossed from here, a lot of people would have got stuck over here, and the market just moved back into the range form. Yes, now this is the range from where if it breaks, which is a possibility this week, and the coming week, that there is a possibility that you might see the market somewhere around 2530 to even going down to even going down to 2500 as well. Yeah, so you see this range is something which is really nice. Now here's one important, very important aspect of it is that because we have seen since a long term, let's understand this from a daily point of view. Now, because we understand that market since a long time has been at the top level, right? It has gone to high. However, it has not crossed 2530 since a long time. Right now, as we understand that market, though in the long run, like for example, considering the fact that this year, which was where the market, if you look at the market, well, it started from a very low point, correct? Let's say it went below, I mean, from 2000. Yeah, if you look at this, let me just check where it would have been. So, yeah. So from January, this is where we see that from here, market from 2000, at the rate of 2030 or something, it has went up till 2785 or 2788. That's almost like 800 points of movement in 1 year. Now we have to understand this, wherein we always say that there is a possibility. You must have seen the videos as well, that there is a possibility that gold will cross 3,000 and 3,500. But all we have to understand over here is that if the market in 1 year has given, yeah, 800, yeah, 800 point of movement upwards in 1 year, which is very very important to understand, is because if the market is giving this particular figure in 1 year, and we expect the market to certainly in the future run, of course, to cross 3000 and 3500 as well, but for that there has to be retracement, there has to be a correction which has to be given. Now this is where we understand the possibility coming into the option, because if the market is say if the market might just go at 2666 and reach this 2685, or even for that matter 2718, to cover, to have a good momentum over here somewhere over in this line, maybe by mid Jan, or in the end of Jan. However, we have to understand that if the 800 points was been covered, there has to be a minimum of 250 to 300 points downwards, which is very very important to understand. Yeah, and this is something that we would try to get from here, that if we are looking at the market at 2621, we can expect the market to even come down up to 2475 at least, right? Which could be again a very good buy position from here, because if this retracement happens, if this correction happens, and from here when the market goes up, then it is going to be a very good bull, an aggressive bullish sign, which reaching up to and crossing 2800 and reaching 3000 as well. So that is going to be a very good position for everybody. But right now, since we're discussing the week, of course I will try and keep posting on videos as to when and as and when this thing is coming into the picture. So right now, if you see, the market is exactly giving us this range where it will try, and after crossing 2585, it will try and reach and test this level of 2535 to 2530. Yeah, and of course, if there's a spike like we always see in our liquidity sweep for that matter, then you can expect, so this is where you generally close your profits, right? And then you wait for the confirmation, you give time to the market to react and see as to how far can it go, so that then you get a better position of understanding, instead of opening up a position and then being into the pressure. Because one secret about trading is you have to be pressure free mentally. The more pressure you put onto your mind, it would be very difficult for you to make the right decision, because that is when you will make decisions in haste. And if you do that, then you will lose a lot of money. Yes, and I'm sure you must have felt that too. So you have to relax, you have to wait, you have to give time for the market to play as well, so that you know as to what is the kind of play market is going, and then you play your cards, then that is when you open your deal. Yes, so this week, like I said, the range is of course 2633, which is always there for a sell, and another good position of 2621. Let's come back to the 4 hour bracket, and two between 2610 to 2615. If the market just goes down below that, you have a very good range of sell, where you can take your profit anywhere you feel comfortable between 2595 to 2585, and wait for the confirmation back again, because if it crosses this, any 4 hour candle, again I repeat, if the 4 hour candle doesn't cross and close above 2633 in the same manner, because we have a sell here, then we have to wait over here. If the 4 hour candle closes below 2585, then you can be rest assured that it will certainly give you an aggressive sell and reach to this point of 2530 and take your profit over here. I wait for the confirmation, because from here there is going to be a little bit of correction, a little bit of retracement back again, to go back up, and then the market might crash again. But that's certainly just a possibility. But this 2530 to 2500 is something really very nice area for you to close down your profit and wait, because if there's a crash, then it can even go up to 2500 and 2475, just like we discussed earlier. So this is how the week is going to be. I want you to enjoy and make sure that, of course, you know that since it is going to be mostly a range bound, then we understand the range which we have discussed and play accordingly. On these levels, try and consider for the sell positions more from the high and enjoy the profit. Yes, and thank you very much. And please, if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe, and please go through it and keep sharing, guys. I mean, this is really very important. This is one thing that I would really appreciate. If you want to share something, if there's more kind of videos that you want me to make in terms of fundamentals or technical, please put that in the comment box, and I will certainly look into it, and I will be making a lot of more videos again and again for you. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day and God bless. Thank you.